Hello, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I updated you guys on anything, but today I will be reviewing a book called The Planetary Omnibus. This is a graphic novel and it is by Warren Ellis and John Cassidy. So, already, the front cover, it is Mr. Snow. He is the protagonist of the story and he's it is explained that he has supernatural powers. I think it's he can turn anything into ice, like he freezes things, right? He can turn people's insides into ice. He can turn the air around him cold, stuff like that. Basically, he is a century baby. Now, what a century baby is, you know how like the year 1900, 2000, 1800, every 100 years, that is a century, right? And at those times, there are people called century babies who are born with supernatural powers. He is one of them. So in the story, it starts off with him in a cafe. Let me find it real quick for you guys. All right, right here. So he is introduced as a grumpy old man, you know, the cliche. And a character, Chiquita Wagner, comes in, and she represents the Planetary Organization. Basically, the organization Planetary is just an investigation organization where they look at all the strange parts of the world. They wish to know everything, uncover the truths of the world. And unbeknownst to us and himself, he is actually the person who created it. He is the fourth man, the leader of the planetary group. But there was another group who gained supernatural powers by sacrificing the earth, kind of. So they made a deal with an alien civilization in a different dimension that if they were to give them godlike powers, they are going to enslave Earth for them to conquer, right? So, like, by the time the aliens come back, the four that got the powers would have already, subjugated everyone for them. And let me see if I can find the exact part where it explains who they are, because it should be about here. Yeah, okay. It's Jacob Green, the pilot, William Leatherflight, the engineer, Kim Suskind, a physicist, and I think they don't really talk about the fourth one because the fourth one, right, he went insane because he mutated in a freak accident where an explosion happened, and the explosion allowed people to manipulate reality. And so when that explosion happened, he deeply wanted to survive the explosion, so he got turned into a creature that could survive it, which was a horrific mutant with insane powers. And throughout the story, we meet all types of different civilizations, like the hidden one in Africa with kind of racist civilization. They want to keep the colony, I guess, extremely pure, and they do not allow procreation with outsiders. So once a baby was actually born of an outsider and someone within, they kind of closed off the gates and then brought themselves underground. So they're never going to be out again. And then, kind of the equivalent of the Amazonians, there was an island full of women, and when they were found out, the outside world just didn't accept them, so they killed them all off, which was kind of sad in the story. But the main point is they go through all these trials, and little by little, Snow remembers that he was deeply involved in all of this. He doesn't know how, but he was. And that is because he was essentially lobotomized, right? He uh, he figures out that he is the fourth man. He is the person who created the planetary organization to fight against the John Leather, the leader of the group of people who went into space and made a deal with the aliens. So, in doing so, like in remembering who he was, he finally took a stand, because at the beginning he only wanted to use the information that he got to fight against these people. But after he forgot his memories, he just thought, oh, I'm just collecting information just for the sake of collecting information. But no, his real goal was to defeat them. And by the end of it, he does, but not without the help of the people he met throughout the journey. Like, let's see. This one guy who is a vital role within the... Yeah, so Mr. Wilder, right here, the guy with the robot-like face with the gold stuff around him, he is just a normal human being, right? But he got fused with a alien ship, and so he can kind of control the ship with his brain. He's like Shazam, basically. He can turn back into a normal human being, but he can also turn back into that form. And so they use his ship to kind of create a huge crater underground underneath John Leather, and they just kill him. But that doesn't stop the alien invasion, because, you know, they're still going to come by. They just expect John Leather and his gang to have subjugated the Earth. So the aliens come by, and that's honestly where the story ends. It's a very good read. I would very much recommend it. I give it about 8 out of 10. It's very entertaining. The plot twist was a bit expected. I kind of figured he was going to be the fourth man. I didn't know why he didn't remember he was the fourth man, but I knew. And I'm pretty sure most people did as well when they read this, but it's a very good read. I would recommend it, and thank you for listening. See you guys.